Okay, let's talk about something. So earlier I went on to Scrub Quotes on Twitter, and I see some of their regular posts, and this one post jumps out at me. It's a post of a dude that claims that he used the N-word in a Facebook group and got banned for it, and then proceeds to rant on Twitter displaying his racism, even while being called out on it by a number of community members. And the worst part about this is that that guy has my exact name! I mean, I feel personally disgusted. What the hell, man? But no, seriously, the worst part about this entire thing is that this guy is from Pakistan, and he's bringing the region down. So, for all of you out there, let me address this.
What the hell is this?
I'll start off by saying that racism and bigotry has no place in any community. Regardless of what genre you play, what game you play, whatever your inclinations are, these are things that we do not stand for. Having said that, in a competitive environment, you can understand how easy it is to be toxic. You obviously want to win, you want to prevail, you want to show the other people what you're made of, but then when you lose, yeah. It's this sort of thing that people capitalize on as well. As Gerald from Core A Gaming has explained, this is what an FGC villain looks like. Someone who will rub it in your face when you lose and be toxic even when they win. Now coming back to this guy, he's trying to be a villain, but he's a sad excuse for one. And it's pretty obvious that he's trolling. Like, seriously, this guy claims he's from Pakistan, and yet no one knows who he is. Seriously, all these guys, they don't know who he is. And these are some of the top players in our country. This is what one notorious fighting game enthusiast would call clout chasing. And we're all pretty familiar with who that is. On the subject of that, a country like Pakistan doesn't really have the best education, the best awareness, or the best representation. A lot of our people do not know when to shut up. You could make the argument for that, but then it's pretty evident that this guy wants eyes on him, and he's absolutely loving the hate. It's a classic troll. The more you feed him, the stronger he gets. So, what's the answer? Well, you do what you do with every other troll. Don't give him what he wants. This guy is hungry for attention. He sees the international community looking at him, looking at his region, and says, I want a piece of that action. I want to stand out. And I don't care what I'm saying. If it gets people to look into me, I'm out there and I love it. And that's what's the most unfortunate part of this, is that for the satisfaction of one person, an entire community will suffer. Pakistan is a fairly new region to join the FGC. We haven't been here long, but we have a lot of history with it. Players here mostly play Tekken, but we have other games that people are interested in. We have a lot of King of Fighters, Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter. We're ingrained in this community, even though we've never been a part of it officially. Most Pakistani players that have risen to the top have worked hard to get where they are. People like Ursulan Ash, Atif Butt, Awais Honey, all these people have shared the stage with some of the biggest names in the FGC. They have worked their way up to the limelight when a couple of years ago, they were just from a regular town. It's because of their efforts that people like Ni and Super Akuma, veterans of the Tekken tournament, have visited Pakistan and have played our people. We have amazing talent that's brewing here, and we're working hard to bring it towards the world stage. Kids here have been playing in the arcades since the 90s. We used to go there, use tokens, and play for hours on end, practicing, honing our skills. Not a lot of people here grew up with PlayStations or Xboxes, which is why they couldn't try all those fancy combos at home. The only way to learn was on the stick, in the arcade, fighting it over tokens. That's how we grew up. We grew up on Tekken. And we're proving that we can play with the best of them. The first game I ever owned was Tekken 2. My father got us a PlayStation just so we could play that game because he saw how happy I was when I played it for the first time. That's the sort of attachment I have to this game, and that's the sort of story you will find for thousands of others like me here. So to the FGC, the only thing I would say is that don't let the actions of one speak for an entire region, for an entire community. There are outliers. There are people who will go against the norm just to stand out. But that is not representative of who we all are. We have so much promise, so much potential, so much to give, and the world sees it. We have bad eggs too. There's no denying that. But trust me, we hate them just as much as you do. And we're not gonna stand for it either. And to everyone watching, whether you're from this region or from any region in the world, the only thing that matters is when you throw down. When you sit on that chair, grab a stick, a pad, a racing wheel, whatever, and you do your best. Finish that set and pop off. Because that is what the FGC is all about. It's about fighting for the W's and learning from the L's. This is Silver Fox. Thank you so much for watching.